Okay. Om Shahana Bhavatu Shahano Bhunaktu Saha Bijam Karvavahai Sinavaditamastu Ma Vidvishamahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hri Om Tat Sat. So we were talking about the chapter was going on. We ended the last chapter, and here last point came the ninefold, my nine methods of attaining devotion. How to attain devotion? There are nine steps, as has been told in the Bhagavad. We read that. What are the nine? That has been mentioned that it is Sravanam, means listening to holy words. Kirtanam, then you chant the name of the Lord yourself. Vishnu Smaranam, by remembering the Lord Vishnu, by the japa and Pada Sevanam, to worship the Lord. Pada Sevanam. Archanam means puja and other things. Bandhanam means praising the glories of the Lord. Dasyam, feeling that I am the servant, O Lord. You are my master servant. Shakhyam, sometimes the attitude of my more intimate relationship, like friend to a friend. Because friend to friend, there is deep respect, at the same time openness. Thus, so is little fear. He is the boss, I am the. So there is, but all these different attitudes, Dasya, Sakyam, and ultimately Atmanivedanam, the surrendering oneself to at the feet of the Lord. 144 page, you check. The practice of devotion takes the following 9 forms. We have read that. And it says that these are the, and that has been Iti Pungshar Pita Vishnu. This has been a person that who is offered his mind and heart to Lord Vishnu. Bhaktis Chet, that will be the bhakti. And this is called Navalakshana. And 9 signs of bhakti. 9 signs of bhakti, that you are practicing bhakti, so all these things will flourish in your heart. You will be interested in going to holy discussions, Sravanam. You will be chanting and singing in the glories of God's name. You will be repeating the name of the Lord. Then you will be serving the Lord in the temple, worshipping the feet. And day and night, whatever you do, you will remember Him all the time. He is with me, O Lord. Archanam, then do the ritualistic worship and other things, and praise of hymns and things, and servitude, attitude of servitude. I am the servant, like Hanumanji did for his boss Ram. So that type of, and Sakham, friendship, and last surrender, Atmanivedan. So these are the ninefold methods.
If you miss any one of those things in between, what happens?
Missing means one will lead to another. So if you really one loves God, all these things more or less will manifest. Not that every item will be manifested strongly. Someone may be more absorbed in japa. Means he's remembering, he's feeling the presence, dedicated to God, no other thought. So these will be, and when you are really getting absorbed, your tendency will be to listen to holy discussion. So these are the spontaneous things. If it does not happen, then maybe there is something wrong.
Something wrong.
Something wrong means people may profess that I am a devotee, but it is subjective analysis. Why that is not developing in me spontaneously? No, it should happen the same. It happened in human love. Just put all these things to a person who loves another person, a human interaction of relationship. When they are really falling in love, They always want to listen to his friend whom he loves. He wants to praise. Because you are not yet married, but you are getting into marriage. So your praise about the person whom you are falling in love, you will be praising. He is such, oh, you do not know, wow. And Smaranam, is Vishnu Smaranam, your friend's Smaranam. You think of your friend. Huh? Then you talk about that. And then when you get any chance, you want to serve and serve, no? And then you want to even worship. Where it's called, each one worships at the beginning, no? Thinking that they're so great and I am fortunate to be in service. And that's the human love. Actually, there are some flaw because it is not perfectly free. It has its own demands for each other. And when the demands come, when the demand is not there, you don't know each other and you only fall in love with each other. You only praise the glory and you only see the good things in that person. And when you come close to them, then you say, hey, you do that, hey, do that. So then comes the problems more and more. But actually, real devotion, when first starts, you can take, these are only human language. Because what happens in our human love, a spiritual love also will be the same thing.
And sometimes they do like criticize in terms of praising like that. It comes in the praising comes in the covering of criticism. In the other way, like
That
Radha
whatever
is telling that, oh, Krishna is kalo, is the black. The black is like that bad, but okay, but I like that black and in that way like that. It's apparently it
that
becomes
is,
like criticism, but it's not actually criticism. It's also
yeah, that is different. Language is, but what is the intention and what your meaning? Yeah, your language is one. What you mean is another. No, expression are different maybe, but yes, that also another way. But it is not that this is nine as is suggested by Bhagavan Sri Krishna, ninefold. Uh, and Sabari also had Sabari, the tribal girl who was raised under the tutelage of the rishi Matanga. This is the ninefold devotion taught, that you take this spiritual attitude with your beloved Lord. And then you will find that Bhakti Chet Navalakshana. This is the 9 types of what you call the signs, Lakshan, signs of your bhakti. Kriyate Bhagavat Jadhya Tanmaye Adhitam Uttamam. A person who offers this ninefold offering of devotion to Lord in truth and in spirit is indeed a well educated person. Here, well educated means in spiritual life, well educated means he is not uh, befooling himself. Sometimes emotionalism goes. There is superficial love, intense love we are talking about. These are for developing intense love. Superficial things goes in one way, but when you become more intense, these will be the ninefold. So here, uh, con, uh, if one applies himself with this ninefold devotion to Vishnu, it's also practice. Bhakti is to be practiced, and when you mature, these will manifest in your life. But how I start here? I will have to cultivate these qualities. And when I mature in my life, it will be spontaneous. Having learned it from the teacher, I consider it as the best lesson he has received from his master. See how the translation changes. If the last line, it's translated here, which in the book we are reading, they have said, a person who offers this ninefold offering of devotion to the Lord in truth and in spirit is indeed a well-educated person. Did you get it?
yes.
So that is the last, but that same line has been translated here by this Pandit. He says that consecration, if one applies himself with this ninefold devotion to Lord Vishnu, having learnt it from his teacher. How he will learn? It should be coming from a teacher who has mastered it, who has practiced it, and who really gets absorbed in the name of Lord, who really repeats the name of the Lord, who gets goes to any place, and goes to the place where someone is talking about God. So all this is manifested in his life, and seeing him an example, his students can learn more. Spirituality is not talking. Spirituality is living the life. So when one sees this life, then they get more intoxicated. And then here it is said that if someone does like that, then Prahlada said, I consider it as best lesson he has received from his master. Master can give many lessons. How much one student can catch it? It depends on the capacity. So here he said, a student is he who has learned these ninefold steps to develop devotion in their mind. Now, then the next, we also read that verses, so I don't want to read the Sanskrit again, but only run on the running translation, bottom of 144 page. But it says, if he means there is a king whose name was Ambarish. He had his mind engaged in the contemplation of Krishna's feet. That means he used to meditate on Krishna. This Ambarish, one king he is talking about, he is to meditate on the Krishna. On the feet means, always in Hinduism, always it is considered feet of the Lord, feet of the Lord. That means surrendering attitude as also you love him intensely. So that attitude is there. His speech describing the Lord's excellences. The Ambarish always ninefold steps as if it is manifesting in his life. So the Ambarish had his mind engaged in the contemplation of Krishna. That means absorption in the Krishna. His speech, when he's talking, is in describing the Lord's excellences. That is a spiritual practice. You want to be spiritual, then talk about God. Don't talk mundane things. As much we have to live in the world, we'll have to do that. But a real spiritual student, a student of spiritual life, will talk about God.
But then you have to be in holy company, because otherwise, like a lot of people don't want to hear anything about
but then don't talk to them. You have to be intelligent enough.
Yeah.
If you are there necessary, you will talk. If you don't, you need not have to participate in that. Yes, I am there. What can I do? In my job situation, in my with the office and here and there, we need that. But inner tendency should be that is. It is said that is wastage of your spiritual energy. If you are a devotee, if you are not, then you do whatever. That's not the question. We are not forcing anyone to do this or that. But it's very important that if you are a spiritual person, a person who loves stock market, he will be happy to talk about stock market. You need not have to instigate that person. Suppose who likes the games, Dodger, or somebody fan of Dodger, so you get one instant, you get make so many people as your friend who loves that. So it is question is that it's an innate tendency. What you know, you love to talk about that. So why spirituality is time is too short in our life. How many days we are in the world, we do not know. No? This moment here, that moment is gone. I went to North Carolina and I was waiting for a gentleman and I was calling him because he always he invites me to be at their home. I thought that they will mind if I don't say. 2-3 times I called and I didn't get any response. Still out of my old habit, I called and suddenly I find one call coming from India. and they have gone to India for a trip, so they are not here. But through those phone, they have connection, so they suddenly got to know that I am calling.
That you're calling.
And now see, and then they call back and said, "Oh, I'm here. I have to go back tomorrow. That was my plan, but my back is hurting so much, so I cannot take the risk of travel. So doctors will do all these tests." And it's okay. Then he said, very, very, very feeble voice, and they will do test. Next day, news came that he was going to test for those back pain issues, and he had got heart attack. 1, 2, 3, gone. Boom.
What?
That gone. And his wife is crying and weeping, and she said, "Life is so uncertain. We think that we'll do, let us go like chit-chatting, like talking all nonsense. Tomorrow, we can do, because life is, we think that we will live forever. If anything happens to others, that's okay, nothing. 6 people died. How do we react? Oh, 6 people died. Are they? What? They were in their home. They've been asked to vacate. But they thought that, oh, we are safe, and stayed there and entered slide. What is slide?
There was a mudslide, right?
Mudslide and stone, rocks. They rolled and boulders, and then boom, gone. What is that? Who expected? We are in this house, and I am in my house, and suddenly, mudslide came and boom, an earthquake came and boom. Then what? Oh, we'll do it tomorrow. Oh, now let me chit chat all this politics and all these nasty things. Tomorrow or day after, or after that, or after 1 year, I will do it. This is not the way of a serious student of any spiritual practitioner. They will think that's why for a spiritual practitioner it is said one should think always that the death is holding into your top tier any moment. So utilize the time. It is not for getting frightened, but to utilize. How you are utilizing? Are you using the best of your energy for this reaching this goal, or you are wasting your energy for all that? So it is a very subjective question what to think about. So here it's said, seeing that the Ambarish, he has been his mind was engaged in contemplating the Krishna's feet. His speech was utilized in describing the Lord's excellences. And if not, don't talk. If it is, you can have your restraint. That's also restraint. If it is not necessary, why shall participate in that? I may be there, and I say, and sometimes in society when you are there, you have to say, ha, who, little, yes, no, and let's escape. You need not to be a very strong participator into that idea, but still you are there as if you are there. They will not be offended too much. They will be offended unless you are very enthusiastic like them. But you may have to say a little bit, but keep your own pace with God. Then his hand. God has given the hand. Everything should be dedicated to God. So Ambarish, the king, his hands is cleaning the temples of Hori. And the book Bhakti school says that you always utilize your hand, feet, eyes, everything, all dedicated to God, God, God. Nothing to other than which is not God or temporary. His ears, God has given the ear. So ears in hearing the elevating narratives of the Lord. We are a Christian, okay. Think of Christ. Think of his life, unique life. People in the deathbed. That's why I suggest when someone is only waiting for the days to end the life, they're in this. Just don't go and talk. How are you? What is this? My son, my daughter, granddaughter. Don't talk about that. Just go and read what he likes. If he's a lover of Christ, read Bible. If he is a Buddhist, read some Dhammapad. If he is a Hindu, read some hymns and chants, whatever is up to his choice. No? If he is a Krishna Bhakta, sing the glory of Krishna. Yeah. So just it boosting, it helps, because ear is the thing which connects our mind. Whenever we hear something, it brings similar image in my mind unconsciously. Any word you say, landslide, it brings a picture in my mind. And oh, house is being all washed away. You see, creating one image in your mind. Similarly, if we hear about the sale, you read the life of Ramakrishna, life of Holy Mother, life of Swami Vivekananda. Read those things and then you feel that how your moment is getting utilized in proper way. So, and then hands should be like that. His hands should be cleaning the temple. The best utilization of the hand is what? A service of God. So what is the service? These are the devotees who love to serve the temple, think that the Lord is the reality, and I am washing or cleaning his room where he lives here. But we Vedanta extend that. That is also Lord's house. Also Lord has given me this room to stay. So this is also his house. It is not mine. To remove my idea of me and mine, to thee and thine, this hand should be utilized for cleaning the room or serving some devotees. This hand should be utilized for serving devotees because God resides in his devotees more. And do you want to please the Lord, you please his devotees. Example, if you want to please the mother, you please the child. If you praise the child, you will see mother is very happy. You give a kiss to the child, then the mother will be wow, wow. So the Lord also becomes very happy when he sees that his children are being served. So hands should be utilized for cleaning the holy, his ears in hearing the elevating narratives, his eyes in seeing the temples with consecrated image of the Lord. Consecrated image of the Lord, why? Now you can go to the shopping. So there are many Ganesha Murti, there are many Krishna Murti. It's not saying that. Because there you don't get the spirit of the divine presence. When you enter into a temple, there is with one image or they are consecrated. So you feel the presence of them. So with that consecrated image, this is adding. This word is little, have a depth in it. Not, if you are that much developed, seeing any divine image, your mind goes high, then you are much developed. But it's for the students. But as a Ambaris, the king, he used to spend his day. Is an example before. Prahlada said, that, this is the way the king Ambaris lived. His hand was utilized for cleaning the shrine. His ears are utilized in listening the glories of the Lord and narratives. His eyes, he was always watching the beautiful. That's why the idea of decoration of the deity comes. Hindus always see Krishna. How beautifully they decorate the Krishna's image with garland, with sandal paste, with different. So it should be that he looks, he's the Lord of the universe. So I am just decorating him. So the eyes should be very attracted to that, so that eyes will not move in other direction. What is happening? Bhakti school actually helps us to direct our all the tools we have towards God. Eyes want to see beauty. So why the eyes will go to other beauty? Rather you see your Ishta Devata is there, decorate him, put beautiful flower, beautiful nice fragrance and things, so that your nose, you want to smell, but don't smell, but give it to God and then you have it. That means you are enjoying God's blessings. So connect all the senses to God, through God. So consecrated image, his senses of touch in contacting the feet of his devotees. His sense of touch. You touch God, how? By touching the devotees. Because devotee's heart, God resides. His sense of smell in breathing the fragrance of tulasi leaves used for his worship. Vaishnavas love tulasi. Tulasi leaf is basil leaf.
Oh, basil.
That is auspicious for the Vaishnava devotees, because Lord likes the basil leaf. How? It is a tradition. That's why Vrindavan, if you go, there is a grove. That grove is basil leaf grove. And then
Vrinda means basil itself, and Vrindavan, the forest of basil.
so Brinda means the basil. So basil bon means the forest. So that is where Krishna lives there, basil. And also you see we offer every time some basil leaf for Sri Ramakrishna, for the Lord Narayana. So it's just, and it also people chew it. It has this health use. Basil leaf, tea. Nowadays people are preparing tea, but they devotees practice is that you put some basil leaf at the time of worship, and when you are cleaning everything, you don't throw away. You take those basil leaf and chew it. So the fragrance, it has a very nice fragrance also. So you want to, his sense of smell is breathing the fragrance of the tulasi leaf. Tulasi, if you rub, you will find nice fragrance. And his tongue in tasting the food offered to him. You want to enjoy the food, first offer it. That's why Vaishnavas, they prepare nice food. Hare Krishna, you go, beautiful food. Even people, they are not Hare Krishna devotees, but for lunch they go to. $5 or excellent food. It's $8 or $7, $8 or $5. I do not know. They're
$6.50 if you're a senior.
how much?
$6.50.
$6.50. So you are senior $6.50 and you get a good meal. But what? It is prasad. It is given to God. It's consecrated food. See, it's bringing some addition. And your tongue want to taste the prasad. Not seeing something, grab it. That's your lust. Your lust is getting purified through the grace of God. That's why it is all, everything you do, you touch the base as it were. People say, touch the base. Base is God. So you work, hearing, seeing, all the five senses, activities of the senses, connected with God. With his feet, you have got the feet. It's for the purpose is he went on pilgrimage to places where Srihari is worshipped, and with his head he made prostration to him everywhere. That's why Vaishnavas had the practice of prostration. It's called the pilgrimage, they go, parikrama, they call parikrama. They do chant the name. You go to Vrindavan, you'll find that all the holy places where Sri Krishna had divine play, there is a route. It goes, making that a center, they go round. This is called parikrama, going round. And there, barefooted, you go and then don't talk. You take your rosary, go on. It is a tradition, thousands of years of tradition. And then you repeat the name and you go circumambulate that place. Like we in that day in the morning, Swamiji's birthday, we circumambulate around the temple. The purpose is the Lord is there, I am circumambulating him. And this is simple, but there are much detailed circumambulation principle. Those who are intense bhakta, for maybe 1 month, they will take time to go round. How? They will do one rosary and then lie down. Buddhists, you have seen the Buddhists.
Yeah, they also prostrate.
That is the prostrate.
Yeah.
So what they will do, they will prostrate, lie down. How far the hand goes?
Yeah.
Mark. Then you move that step. And
you
again you can go one by one, or again you will do one mala.
Yeah.
And then you prostrate. So these are different austerities, but are not austerities, but these are all ideas that I am repeating his name and going around him alone. He is the center. So
the Tibetan Buddhists why they do those prostrations, because even as a preliminary practice, they want the devotees to do 10,000 of them. And the master said it helps them learn humility.
No, anywhere when your head is bent down, it is your humility. isn't it not? You bend down your head in Catholic churches. Why you kneel down and bow your head? Muslims, 5 namaz time, what they do? You see how they sit and bend down their head. It's all surrender. Spiritual tradition teaches that you are not anybody, but you are surrendering yourself to the Lord. And of course, they don't get back pain.
I'm sorry.
They don't get back pain because they do so much, all the time exercise. It is an exercise also, really. All the spiritual tradition, there is a science behind it. The seers of truth not only did it for humility and your own surrendering attitude, at the same time, it is physically, you remain strong to continue the spiritual practice. Suppose every day, if you do that type of prostration, stand up and kneel down and do like that, that the whole body exercise is getting, no? I have seen in Bodh Gaya.
They do.
My God, they bring a piece of wooded something or roll some mat like that, and they put some skin here additional so that this place get hot again and again, and they lie down. Maybe someone is 1,000 times, 10,000 times, and constantly, and they're, of course, they have no attention in any other direction what they're doing.
I saw some Tibetan Buddhists at Mount Kailas. They're doing prostrations all the way around.
All
the
the
whole
way,
tour.
same.
That's a 33-mile trip.
Yeah,
Wow.
that I showed.
The
Just
whole thing.
I said that.
It's unbelievable to see. people
Not
like
only
in
that,
devotion.
not only that, he is going only prostration and this 5 feet, 6 feet distance at a time. But I am telling there are rigorous practices who will do to cross this 6 feet distance by counting 1,000 japa. 1,000. I have seen, I went to Chitrakoot. Chitrakoot is where Ramchandra met. Ramchandra, after exile, first came from Ajodhya and stayed in that holy hillock. And there is called Chitrakoot. And because Chitrakoot, Ramji came, for thousands of years, people all over India, it's coming every whole year, it is full. And what is the duty there? You do only prostrate. And you go round in maybe 4 or 5 kilometers, 5 or 6 kilometers. That is a one ritual every day. I used to do in the early morning and before sun rises. When sun rises, it become hot. But I used to walk. But I saw people doing, as you say, prostration. That no, someone is standing and doing one rosary and then doing prostration. One rosary and prostration. One rosary, and I saw someone doing, here is about 100 stones on the left side. He is prostrating one time, one rosary, prostrating, and put one stone on the right side. And he will finish 100 such, 100 times 100, how much?
100 times 100 is like, what's
10,000.
that, 10,000?
10,000 he will finish, then he will go 6 feet. Then he will walk there.
Oh my.
Every time he is standing back to his own position until all stones are moved on the other side. And that is the way they go on, but they cannot finish in one day. Suppose they are doing, then after sometimes when the night comes, or then he makes a mark, and on the side, then he stops there and goes for some begging or something or whatever. They eat something and rest on the roadside, and then again start next morning. What this type, different types of austerities they do. And
Vishnu Priya used to take rice as much as
yeah, Vishnu Priya is who?
Chaitanya.
Chaitanya Dev, Sri Chaitanya passed away, or left the house, and mother, like Mother Sarada, Vishnu Priya is the spiritual consort of Sri Chaitanya. She used to leave, she used to say, you can, oh my body, you cannot eat food as you like eating. No. how many times you take the name of the Lord, that many grains will be your food. So she will do like that, and then only she can take one grain, one name, one grain, one name, one grain. So how many names you have to do to take at least some food?
And that too she would divide with the devotees because they are waiting for prasad from Vishnu Priya. So how much she could take?
There are hundreds of thousands. The Holy Mother used to do 100,000. Mother used to do 100,000, 100,000 every day. Not one special day. But that is the intense. Spirituality is intense practice.
Well,
It's
the
not.
mother used to get up in the middle of the night and do japa the rest of the night.
Yeah.
People asked her, "What are you doing?" They said, "Well, I have so many devotees that won't do their japa. I have to do it for them." It's unbelievable. They just do japa all the time. Very
Yeah,
virtuous.
that's a practice. Whatever you practice, you do that. It is towards the beginning. It is impossible, but one practice. Our Swami Sarvadevananda Maharaj used to get up because of his sugar. So so every time after 1.5 hours or 2 hours. But when he is up, he comes back and he does the rosary till he falls down. And again after 1.5 hours, 2 hours, he wakes up and again he does. The whole night almost in that way. How much sleep? Little sleep in between, but japa is continuous, no? So these are any sincere spiritual seeker. It is not so, in America we find that it's a sort of quick fix. There is no quick fix in spirituality. You go there, $500 and you get instant liberation. Today someone has written a book and sent it to us. He says that the Vedanta is so simple, it can be practiced so easily. So I have put all these some formula. Within 3 weeks you can find something else. About 3 weeks you get already. So let us go for that.
Maybe so, if they took the dictum seriously, all sense pleasures lead to misery.
Yeah,
If
no.
they took that seriously, then maybe it would flip their mind and make it
But
really
that
focus.
will not come unless one finishes the experience, no? It is the desire, innate desire. Samskaras are there, impressions are there. It pulls us down. It is not in this life. But at the same time, if one practices this, no, I'll have to do this, all this, my hand will be used by this, my eyes will be like, so that you engage your all the senses like that, then you are practicing intense practice. These are helping us. If one wants to be sincere, they can utilize it. But this is too much rigorous. That's why people. But at least whatever one can do, that much will be better. Than we remain whole day forgetful about God. No. So this is to be serious. Your all the senses, your all the time your awareness, mind, awareness. Why I am here? There's serious awareness. We don't pay any value to that. We pay so much value to mundane things, which has no value. Today I am giving value to something. Tomorrow it is no meaning. And for that I am doing all through my life and not learning out of that. No, I have done enough. Let us be serious.
But Swami, you mentioned the book like as an example, like okay, let's say 3 weeks. And isn't it also in a way that it's not just about the goal, but that part of the human experience is also being happy while you're on the path? So you don't need to finish, like our whole lives, if you are a spiritual seeker, you can kind of, enjoy the path, enjoy being on the path.
That you can do. I'm saying that is there open.
Yeah.
But it gives those who never do something, at least they will be intense for 2-3 weeks. We go 3 weeks intense retreat. There's nothing wrong.
Yeah.
But that is not. Point is that you should build a muscle, spiritual muscle, that you will be constantly, gradually strengthening your spiritual thoughts and powers so that you are engaging yourself with God more and more. It should be gradual going into you. One day, out of spark of your excitement, you can do something. Sometimes it is a negative reaction. Those who start serious suddenly,
Yeah.
because mind and brain are not. See, someone finding meditation in the forehead or here or something gets great inspiration, and then afterwards sometimes they fall in such a situation that they can't do, they feel the interest even of meditation itself. So be careful on
But
that.
it's like with some people, like a lot of young people go, for example, to Vipassana retreats, and they may have never done it before.
That's good.
And but
Yeah,
for
good
some people,
start.
it's really, really not just Vipassana, but there's a lot of retreat things you can do, and they've never tried anything like it before. So it brings up probably a lot of
That's
samskaras, and
okay.
it's extremely difficult.
Yeah.
So they
So
have
that
to,
those are the risky part. That's why spiritual practice should be slow and sure.
Yeah.
Slow, step by step, and sure. And you are saying something?
Yes, Maharaj, I'm practicing a lot of Advaita Vedanta, and I found one way to help myself is I use my imagination a lot. When I go to the gym, I'm surrounded by deities.
Yeah.
Everybody it's a crowd of gods and goddesses.
No, it is true.
Everybody I see.
No. That's a great idea. Actually,
They're
truth
beautiful.
of the matter is that, is it not? Sarvam khalu idam Brahma. There is nothing but Brahman.
Yes,
I am seeing in my ignorance.
yes.
When Ramakrishna touched Vaikuntha and others, we saw these stories in their life. They saw God everywhere. The Krishna devotees see Krishna everywhere. That is the ultimate. Why not we imagine that? It's a good imagination. We imagine so many bad things. Why not we imagine the divine things? That helps the mind to get lifted. Jatra jatra netro pare. In the Vaishnava literature says, wherever your eyes fall or you behold, tatra tatra, there and there and there and there, Krishna, 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 Krishna spure. That means Krishna comes up, or your awareness of Krishna manifests. So it is a practice, good practice. And then his sense of smell in the breathing of fragrance of tulsi, his worship, and his tongue is tasting the food offered to him. With his feet he went on pilgrimage to places of Srihari worshipped, and with his head he made prostration of him everywhere. His one desire was to serve him wholeheartedly without desire for anything in return. They love God, and then they become selfless. My all love goes for only love for love's sake, that is called. So how it will develop? That's called the purest mind can do that. To reach that point, they should have to start at some point. Unless it is God, you put God there, and you have real experience. Anyone who is attached to somebody may think that, oh, I am taking this path. Attached to you is not the same thing. Attachment, love for God is not attachment. Love for God is seeing God everywhere. That will be the end result. Anyone fascinated with some person or some object, they may say, oh, I do that. I slept for that. Many people slept for some other object or some other person. Will you make them the same category? It is not so. They may befool themselves. If it is only God, and only God is a serene thing, only God will expand your identity. You will see that that beloved is everywhere. That is a different. And then you will be able to serve everyone with the same respect and honor. It starts into the shrine room, and it expands into the world. And Vaishnavas, as I said, Vaishnavas start their spiritual practice in worshipping in the temple, decorating the shrine, cleaning the floor, preparing good meal for the Lord, clothing the Lord with different nice dresses, and day and night engaged in serving the Lord. But if you do really that, your eyes will expand. You will see that He who you served is also here. It will spontaneously come. If it does not come, then something is wrong. He lived in a way that would generate deep-seated love for the Lord and his devotees. See, two things are simultaneously, not to the Lord, but his devotees also. If you feel fascinated with one person, you are attached. It is as worst as obsession. But when you really love that, you will be extending your love for others also. Then you are in the right path. In the devotion, bhakti has one weak point. Weak point is that this obsessiveness comes, this possessiveness comes. And that sometimes you feel that you are becoming bhakta, but there is a weak point. Is it really so? What is the testimony? Testimony will be that you will love the Lord and his children equally. And ultimately we will see serving the child becomes more important than that of the Lord. That's why Swamiji gave that concept, that serve God in human being. If you cannot see God in human being, and you see God only in the temple, so what is that? What is that?
Yeah. But isn't that the true test of bhakta in a way, that if you're able to truly, see the divine in other people, despite all the flaws that you may perceive another person
now
to
you will
have.
not see the fault then. Your eyes will go
Yeah,
away.
exactly.
It is, no, you don't understand. We don't understand this. Our eyes, when they see fault, your mind is faulty.
Yeah.
Fault will be there. But Holy Mother's eyes, Mother never saw fault in others. How can you see the child, mother, a real mother, whatever the baby does, it is not, mother does not see the fault. Mother says, oh, she is baby. She does not know. Even the baby does not know, and it's always forgiving, and it's all looks the other side of it, glorious side of it. I was telling that today. The Ranganathananda Swami, is such a person. You go and sit with him 5 minutes, he will bring out something good in you and give you a boosting. Oh, you do that. Your talk is so good. You do say, Hari, and what Swami Ranganathananda is praising someone for a talk. And he said, oh, your talk is so good. Yeah, you should do that and continue. With all this activity, this is good. And whatever good is there, he will pump and give the inspiration. And there are other side also. And what we do? When we go, hey, this is your bad thing. Because we are in our level and they are in their level. So the point is that to see, you need not to act, you need not have to practice that. Only you love God more spontaneously, this seeing God or goodness or glory will manifest. You will not see the other side.
Yeah, because I think for us lay people, it's very hard because society by nature we're taught to be very critical of other people. So we always find faults in other people.
But Holy Mother gave one very practical solution also, that she was asking, do you know how can you develop equal love for everyone if you don't have any expectation from any particular person?
Yeah.
Because your expectation is making the difference in love. So if you don't have any expectation from anyone, then you are loving everybody equally.
But it is so easy to say, but who can do that?
But it's also in society, if you live in a society with other human beings, you obviously have one expectation, which is that you expect people not to hurt you. I mean, you kind of have to, if you're going to live in a society and coexist with people.
No, these are the realistic part of life. How will you live? How much intimacy you will show? You say ha ha he he, but don't go too much. How much you will go? These are your self-restraint.
Yeah.
Because you want to see good.
Yeah.
Your spirit should be, I want to see good. That's why I'll do. Not to hate, not to see fault. But for my protection, I'll have to do this to keep my spiritual nurturing. So that I don't see bad.
Yeah.
See, the whole world is looking, the whole world is in that practice. Yeah. Everything is bad. And if I also do that, what glory? Why I will be a spiritual person then? Let me do something which normal people don't do, to see something which is godly. There should be, must be there some godly characteristics also. In everyone, we are made of Sattvika guna, Rajasa and Tamasa. Three gunas we are made of. So Sattvika quality will be there, Rajasa will be there, and Tamasa will be there. Maybe in me, maybe more of Tamas, in someone maybe little more Rajas, maybe someone is more Sattvika. But we have to point out to the Sattvika quality first, good quality, noble quality. And then look, and ignore other sides and gradually develop in such a way so that, and moreover, actually, this is a direct result, as I am saying. If you do real meditation and prayer and really do a nice connection with the Lord, then when you come out of that, you will have a different view. You need not no analysis, no protection analysis, guard, no, those are not to be counted there. When I am in coming from that mood, you will see that there is only God's children are there. As you come more to the world, then you become more worldly. So, but in the world, we will have to be not worldly, non-worldly, or it should be God-oriented.
We feel less pain when the ego goes.
Oh yeah.
I think the ego
And also, what gain? What gain we see when we see all the negatives in others? What happens? You see, our mind gets polluted and negative. I am most affected person. I am the person most affected because I am polluting my mind. Let there be there. So many things in the world, no? Suppose we do not know, we are sitting here, so many things are happening. But if you get the information, then immediately your mind gets colored in the coloring of that thought, good or bad, no? So if do you want to put your mind in that coloring and coloring and coloring like that? So it is our own responsibility to think what we want actually. Because if I pollute my mind, spirituality is that I will have to clean my mind again. You bring some garbage in your room, and you will have to clean that again yourself. Now we like to bring the garbage, and there are some people, that is our tendency of criticizing and seeing negative things is like there are some dust and dirt in the outside. Oh, this is bad, this is bad, this is bad. So bring it in your room. And night time you feel it is smelling bad. It is smelling bad. I'll have to get up and throw away. But I am trying to throw away, but it is already spread its effect. So that's why we should be see the nice thing, means see the godly side that is helping me, not for the world. I am saying that not that world is pure, not that world is full of negativity. No, it is there. But what I want, extraordinary people, they do criticism, but they know they are not criticizing. They are only guarding themselves. Let those quality does not come in them. There are very highly evolved spiritual people. They can practice that. That is doing with internally. They know that is not for criticizing. But why to take that path where there is a possibility in immature mind? We always will take the stand of criticism and negativity, seeing the negativity. Okay, so what is time? 5:31. Okay, so shall we not read one verse? Let me see you read one verse because you were all read last time. Only there are 6 verses. Swavanam kirtanam chassa smaranam mahatang gate Sevejja banatir dasyam shakyam atma samarpanam 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 sammak arpanam sammak surrender, refuse fully. So it is the same, it is nothing new. Sravanam, again hearing about the Lord. Kirtanam, singing has praise. Smaranam, remembering him always. Mahatangate, attending on him. Acha, worshipping him, seva javanati, avanati. Seva javanati, which says saluting him. And then practicing dasyam, practicing the attitude of servitude towards him. Dasyam. Sakham, developing love of intimacy with him like a friend. And Sakyam, surrendering, Atma Samarpanam, Atma Samarpanam, surrendering oneself to him. These are the 9 forms of devotion to the Lord, the refuge of all holy men. Who says? Here Narada said again. So he is saying this again and again repeated in different places in the Bhagavad. That Ambarish lived this ninefold path. Prahlada said that. Here Narada said these are the ninefold path. So follow this ninefold path. Hearing, this book says same line. Hearing, praising, remembering, serving, sacrificing, bowing down, obedience, friendship, consecration of the body. These are the 9 forms of devotion to the Lord according to Narada. Okay? Now to practice, that is the bhakti. Whatever you read, whatever you read, it is to practice. Jai Ma, Jai Thakur. Our
Closing chant.
Closing. We have not started anything, but we can do that. Okay. So what shall we chant? Om Jananing Sharadam Devim Ramakrishnam Jagadgurung Padapadme Tayusritva Pranamami Muhurmuhu. So today, sometimes the Swamiji's, all the pictures should be brought back again. That's all. You. Yeah.
So I wanted to see how many people will be for tea.
Oh.
I thought maybe not too many.
No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
Okay.
8,
So that's a
8.
good number.
8.
And I have a request for my mother's puja.
You have to stitch
In
it.
puja, there was a little accident, and I wonder.
No,
I wonder if
I know.
it can just be sort of stitched together. There and there.